Did you know that some of the most innocent things older men do at night could silently be making their prostate problems worse? If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you found yourself waking up more often to pee, feeling a strange pressure in your lower belly, or just sensing that something isn't quite right down there, you're not alone. But here's the surprising truth. Most prostate issues don't just happen with age. They start with small, nightly habits that build up damage over time. What if it's not your age, but your evening routine that's quietly working against you? In this video, we're going to reveal 5 common nighttime mistakes that millions of older men unknowingly make. Habits that stretch, inflame, and wear down your prostate when it's supposed to be healing. These aren't random theories. They're grounded in years of clinical experience, real-life examples, and patterns seen in men just like you. And here's the kicker. Some of these habits feel completely harmless. A late glass of water, a salty snack, skipping that last trip to the bathroom. But to your prostate, these choices can quietly pile on the pressure night after night. Stay with me until the very end, because we're not just naming these 5 silent prostate wreckers. We're going to show you how to gently undo the damage, so you can sleep deeper, feel lighter, and wake up with more control and less discomfort. Even changing just one of these habits tonight could help your body finally rest and your prostate finally breathe. Let's begin. Drinking too much water before bed. It's one of the most common pieces of health advice we hear as we age. Drink more water, stay hydrated. And it's true, hydration supports everything from digestion to kidney function. But there's a hidden danger when that water is consumed at the wrong time, especially late in the evening. For older men, drinking too much water before bed can quietly turn into a nightly assault on the prostate. You see, as men age, the prostate naturally begins to enlarge. That enlargement can partially block the urethra, the very passage urine flows through, making it harder for the bladder to empty completely. Now imagine pouring 2 or 3 extra glasses of water into that already stressed system, just as your body is preparing to rest. Instead of getting deep, uninterrupted sleep, your bladder fills up, your body jolts awake, and your already irritated prostate struggles to keep up. Most men don't even realize what's happening. They shrug it off. Well, I'm just getting older. I guess waking up 3 or 4 times a night is normal now. But it's not just about age. It's about timing. I remember a man named Walter, 82 years old, who swore by drinking 2 tall glasses of water before bed. He said it helped him flush out toxins, but he also confessed something else. He hadn't slept through the night in over a decade. After a short conversation, he made a simple shift. Most of his water intake happened before 6 p.m., and after dinner, he sipped just lightly if needed. Within a week, Walter went from waking 4 or 5 times a night to waking just once. He laughed and said, "I thought I had a prostate problem. Turns out I had a timing problem." Your body still needs water, no doubt about it. But your prostate needs space and rest at night, not a constant stream of extra fluid. So here's a simple shift that can create a big impact. Front-load your hydration earlier in the day. After dinner, sip slowly, don't gulp, and if you're feeling thirsty at night, take small sips instead of full glasses. These may seem like small adjustments, but to your prostate, they can feel like relief. Less pressure, less irritation, and maybe, just maybe, a full night's sleep again. Coming up next, there's another nighttime habit that seems harmless, but it's secretly flooding your body with inflammation. Let's talk about food. Eating salty or processed foods at night. For many older men, dinner becomes the day's biggest comfort. After all, you've earned it. Maybe it's a warm bowl of canned soup, a frozen TV dinner, or a few slices of deli meat while watching the evening news. It feels familiar, satisfying, easy. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Those salty, processed meals might be doing more than feeding you. They might be silently wrecking your prostate overnight. Salt doesn't just affect your blood pressure, it messes with your body's fluid balance. When you eat a high-sodium meal, especially late in the day, your body holds on to more fluid. And that fluid, it doesn't just stay put, it tries to flush out. Right when you're supposed to be sleeping. Your bladder starts working overtime. Your kidneys stay active longer. Your circulatory system doesn't get the break it needs. And your already sensitive prostate, it's trapped in a cycle of swelling, pressure, and irritation. You wake up heavier, groggier, more inflamed than you were the night before. I remember a man named Glenn, 76 years old, who couldn't figure it out. He said, "I don't drink much at night. I always go to the bathroom before bed, but I'm still up every 2 hours." When we looked deeper, it wasn't his fluids. It was his food. Canned chili, microwave dinners, salty snack mixes. Once he swapped those out for lighter evening meals, fresh veggies, lean proteins, a bowl of brown rice, something changed. Within 3 days, he was sleeping longer, waking up less, and feeling like his pelvic area had finally relaxed. That's because your prostate doesn't live in isolation. It reacts to the state of your entire body. And when your system is inflamed, overworked, or full of retained fluid, your prostate pays the price. Salty, processed foods don't just make you thirsty. They spike blood pressure, reduce circulation, and block the smooth flow of urine. They create a perfect storm for irritation. But here's the good news. Your next dinner can change that. Try a gentle evening meal instead. Grilled chicken or baked fish, steamed vegetables, a warm bowl of oats or brown rice. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. Let your body unwind, not ramp up at the end of the day. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment number 2 below so I know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Coming up next, there's a habit many men think is harmless, but it's quietly building pressure all night long. Let's talk about holding it in. You wake up in the middle of the night, it's dark, quiet, and your bladder is nudging you, but you roll over. It can wait, you think. You don't feel like getting up. Maybe you're too tired. Maybe you're just trying to fall back asleep. It seems harmless. But what you may not realize is that ignoring the urge to urinate is silently working against your prostate every single night. Here's what happens. When you resist the urge to go, your bladder keeps filling. As it stretches, the pressure builds, not just inside the bladder, but throughout your lower urinary tract. And if your prostate is already enlarged, that pressure has nowhere to go. It pushes back against the very gland that's already under stress. Over time, this can lead to more inflammation, weaker flow, and even a higher risk of infection. One man I spoke with, Leonard, 81 years old, told me, "I just don't want to get out of bed unless I absolutely have to." But by morning, his lower belly felt tight, and even after urinating, he still felt like something was left behind. That lingering sensation, that's what happens when you force your bladder to hold on too long. It stretches, becomes less elastic, and never quite empties. That leftover urine becomes a perfect breeding ground for irritation, bacteria, and long-term discomfort. I encouraged Leonard to simply listen to his body. When the urge hit, even if it was just once or twice, get up, go, and return to bed. Within a few days, he noticed the difference. Less pressure, less tension, and a smoother flow in the morning. He said, "Turns out my body was telling me what it needed. I was just ignoring it." And that's exactly it. Your body isn't trying to annoy you. It's trying to protect you. Holding in urine at night doesn't make you stronger. It makes your prostate more inflamed. Even if you've already cut back on water or food, when nature calls, listen. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just a calm, quiet trip to the bathroom. Let your body reset. Your bladder will thank you. And your prostate, it might finally get the break it's been begging for. Up next, most men would never connect this habit to prostate problems, but it might be hiding in your sleep position. Let's talk about a surprising trigger, how you sleep. Sleeping on your stomach. It sounds harmless, almost cozy. You climb into bed, settle in face down, maybe with a pillow under your chest or one leg curled to the side. It's how you've always slept. But here's the shocking part. Sleeping on your stomach might be one of the quietest yet most damaging habits for your prostate. When you sleep in this position, your body weight shifts forward. That means hours of subtle but consistent pressure right on your lower abdomen, bladder, and the pelvic floor, the exact region surrounding your prostate. It might not hurt, it might not even feel uncomfortable, but night after night, that pressure adds up. The prostate is a small gland, yes, but it's extremely sensitive. It responds to inflammation, tension, and poor circulation. Sleeping on your stomach compresses the blood vessels in the pelvis, slows drainage in the urinary tract, and creates a kind of internal bottleneck. And if your prostate is already enlarged, this added pressure can make everything worse. More swelling, more urgency, more discomfort by morning. Let me tell you about Harold, 74 years old, a lifelong stomach sleeper. He came in complaining of tightness and discomfort in his lower belly every morning. He thought it was digestion, but after a few simple questions, one thing stood out. He always fell asleep on his stomach. After switching to side sleeping, with a pillow between his knees, everything changed. A few weeks later, he said, "I didn't realize how much tension I was holding down there until I let it go." And that's the key. You don't need to force yourself into some rigid sleep position, but just experimenting, trying your left side, elevating your legs slightly, or using a wedge pillow can ease the pelvic region and improve blood flow. The goal is to take the pressure off, not pile it on while your body's supposed to be healing. Think about it. You spend 6 to 8 hours in the same posture every night. Even a small shift can make a big difference over time. So if you're waking up feeling tight, swollen, or just not fully rested, it might not be your water, your dinner, or your age. It might be your sleep position. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another video. Your support helps us keep creating thoughtful, helpful content just like this. Next up, this last habit might seem like no big deal, but ignoring it could be setting your prostate up for a long night of stress. Let's talk about skipping that final trip to the bathroom. Ignoring the urge to urinate before bed. You're already in bed, the lights are off. You're warm, comfortable, and almost asleep when you feel it. A light pressure in your bladder, a tiny nudge telling you, maybe you should go pee, but you ignore it. I don't have to go that bad, you tell yourself. I'll just go in the morning. Here's the problem. Your prostate doesn't wait until morning. When you skip that final trip to the bathroom, you're not just delaying a task, you're setting your prostate up for hours of unnecessary stress. Even a partially full bladder applies gentle, steady pressure to the prostate and surrounding tissues. And over the course of the night, that pressure turns physical strain into inflammation. Add in the natural narrowing of the urethra from aging, and you've got a recipe for swelling, slow flow, and morning discomfort. Let me share a story. Peter, 69, had this exact routine. He said, "I never felt like I needed to go that badly, so I just didn't bother." But gradually, he started waking up more during the night, and in the mornings, he noticed it was harder to empty completely. It wasn't just about needing to go. It was about what was sitting inside his body all night long, pushing, swelling, and irritating his already enlarged prostate. I asked him to try something simple. Make that final bathroom trip part of his bedtime routine. Brush your teeth, wash your face, go to the bathroom, even if it's just a small amount. Within a week, he noticed fewer interruptions during the night, smoother mornings, and what he called less tension down there. That's the beauty of this habit. It's small, but powerful. Urination before sleep isn't just about emptying the tank. It's about resetting your system. It gives your prostate the break it desperately needs to rest, recover, and avoid pressure buildup overnight. And remember, it's not about how much you go. It's about reinforcing a healthy rhythm. When your body knows it's time to wind down, your entire urinary system gets the message. And that includes your prostate. Even if it feels like nothing, that last-minute trip to the bathroom could mean the difference between restless sleep and real relief. Your prostate is asking for peace. Here's the truth. Most men don't talk about these things. They suffer in silence. They wake up tired. They feel that pressure in the belly. They make trip after trip to the bathroom at night, and they chalk it all up to aging. But what if it's not just age? What if the discomfort, the swelling, the constant nighttime urination was a result of habits? Habits so small, so routine, you've been doing them for years without realizing the slow toll they're taking on your prostate. Today, we uncovered 5 silent nighttime mistakes that many men over 60 make. Drinking too much water too late, eating salty, processed dinners, holding in urine when you wake up at night, sleeping on your stomach and compressing your pelvic area, ignoring the urge to go before bed. None of these things sound dangerous, but together, they quietly create the perfect storm. They build pressure, trap fluids, inflame tissue, and exhaust an already overworked gland. And the cost? Restless nights, tense mornings, and that nagging sense that something just isn't right down there. But here's the good news. Your body wants to heal. Your prostate doesn't need a miracle pill or a drastic lifestyle overhaul. Sometimes it just needs you to stop doing the things that hurt it. So tonight, make one change. Just one. Maybe it's sipping less water after dinner. Maybe it's taking that final trip to the bathroom. Maybe it's turning on your side instead of your stomach. Whatever it is, your prostate will feel it. And in time, you will too. In deeper sleep, less urgency, and a lighter, more peaceful start to your day. Which of these habits do you think you've been doing without realizing it? And which one are you going to change tonight? Leave a comment below and share your experience. Even the smallest shift could mean better sleep, better flow, and a better quality of life starting tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, give this video a like, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support helps us keep creating powerful, research-backed content to inform and inspire you. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and your prostate.